Okay, what's the significance about staying open?
Because
Tell me that.
because
Keep talking. Wait, yeah, start this up. Sorry.
you know, in the building where I work at now, I have the what you would call the fire department keys.
Department keys.
You're able to control what you would call the elevator,
Okay.
right? So if you put an elevator, you put this key in. Once you put it in, you put it on independent. The only way you can move it is by you actually pressing the close button and the floor you're going to. So it will go up and then we'll go to that floor. And then once it gets to that floor, you release it, the door stays open. That's how people move into buildings.
That's right.
So that's why it wasn't moving, you know. It took a very long time. But the videos, which we call weird, because it did close up at a later time.
When she left?
When she left, it closed up.
How long was it since she got off the elevator to it actually closed? That's very interesting.
I'm not sure with that. And it's because of the whole the audio video, which you will call and then you have the video for the building, for the security building.
Okay.
So it gets what you call downloaded into different places. Because you know, and at the Cecil Hotel, there was like microphones everywhere. There was camera everywhere. Because you never know what management will get into issues with people, with arguments. Right. So every camera now has a little.
Repeat that, please. Management will get in situations, legal situations that had to be sort of validated and verified by audio evidence.
And then that's where the whole incident reports, and then with security, management, and the clerks, everything will match up, and everything will be downloaded the very first thing in the morning to what you will call, you know, now it's different. You know, before it was like file cabinets, you know. Mm-hmm. But all this came from the very top, you know. I'm saying what you call the people they employed management, they hired everybody.
Okay.
And then they wanted what you would call, you know, when they hired that new lady, you know, that was there at the very end, that manager.
The pearl lady, the blonde hair lady with the pearls.
You know, they went after what you would call, they wanted to have a change of character at the Cecil Hotel.
Okay.
And that's when she came up with the stay.
Okay.
And they started promoting that like in Europe, and that's where you would have people, they would come from everywhere.
And I remember your opinion of her, she was a stickler for like policy, right? She wasn't a corner cutter. Well, she doesn't look like a corner cutter. She looks like she's a stickler for policy.
Yeah, man, she was what you call, she sold it, man. Whatever she was trying to sell, she was going to sell it.
Well, but why I say that is because, for example, you know, there's company people, and you know, there's people who, you know, like, for example, you might work for somewhere and they don't play by company. They don't play by company policy. What they'll do is they get the job done. Sometimes not legal, sometimes not fair. Sometimes HR will definitely not okay it, but they get it done. And it's hush hush. We all got dirt on each other. And then there's people who are like, look, I work as a directly attached to management, directly attached to the owners. I'm going to do their bidding. So if they say this, I'm going to say yes. If they say this, I'm going to say yes. I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm going to make sure company policy is followed. Is that sort of how she was?
Yeah, man. She came in. She was day one. You know, the new thing on the block. But she was more like what you would call, I'm going to take this place to like a different level. You know, I'm going to change the image from it. I'm going to promote it, you know, on social media, whatever. And whatever she did, but she did it like down what you would call like in Europe, you know, Canada.
Oh,
and that's
she went international.
She went international because they don't know nothing about the Cecil Hotel, you know.
So she knew about that. She didn't go international.
So it's a perfect what you call. She would come in, and she said, you know, come and spend some time in the heart of downtown LA, reasonable prices, stay hotel. She took it wherever she wanted to take it to with that. The train station is not too far from here. Historic places in downtown.
Okay.
Take you to the train takes you to Hollywood, historic landmark. So people were drawn to that.
Think it was false advertising? You think maybe? Let me pose this to you. This is very morbid, but okay, just because we're gonna get deeper into the Elisa Lam thing. Just think you're this Canadian sort of introvert. She was an introvert, really. Well, I think so. Alleged introvert. On the computer all the time. She comes across an ad for the Cecil Hotel. And she says, hey, I'm going to go to LA and just check it out. It seems so safe. It seems like I'll be okay. And then she gets there. And it's like, whoa. Like, you're in trouble. Like, you know downtown LA, Flex. You know downtown LA, Jay. It's just dangerous. Even when I first moved here in the 2000s. I mean, I'll tell you what. When I first moved here, I got lost in downtown LA around 2007, 2008. it's the scariest I've ever been. And I've been in New York
What
City
time was this?
about 1 o'clock in the at night. I got a few bad downtown LA stories. I got some horrible downtown LA, but I actually got lost trying to find my friend's house, or apartment. And yeah, man, when they stalk you to get you, like they do it a block away. Like they don't follow you; they follow you from a block away. So they trail you like right here. You see them following you. You'll be on this street, and they'll follow you from that street, and like try to head you off in an alley or try to get. They already know where you're walking to, so they know, okay, you got to walk up there. There's an alley. I'm going to get them right there, and they're usually working in concert with somebody too. You always feel like you're being followed. When I used to be in downtown LA, not recently, but when I was always in downtown, I always felt like I was being followed. I always felt like eyes were on me. I always felt like people were watching me. Am I incorrect to have this, or am I correct to have this feeling?
It could go either way, man.
What do you mean either way? What are you talking about? It go either way.
What you call
You gotta know where to go.
It happens to some people, and it doesn't happen to other people. You know?
No, here's what I'm trying to say. If that happened to me, I'm a full-grown man. I'm not gonna
Happens, yeah. I mean,
because I'm a Chinese Canadian student.
Yeah, that's
in downtown LA,
yeah.
Going through the same thing. I'm going through the same. Now I'm just saying, from my height and my size, I was scared to death.
no, I've heard a few stories like that where they're in Broadway, they make a right, they go down 2 blocks, and they're somewhere totally different.
Yeah.
Skid Row and close to Skid Row.
You get lost so easy downtown.
And I think that's anywhere you go to, but of course you gotta know where to go, and you gotta know, like if you're a female, if you're a young, just a small dude, or you're flashing too much, and at 1 a.m. in the wrong street, you are gonna get assaulted.
Yeah, just definitely. It's crazy. We talked about this. What was she doing up that time of night? What was she doing? You said you saw her like around like at 11 something, right?
Well, it's people go for little walks, So what we would recommend that you actually walk down what you call Main Street, and once you get to 6th Street, you you make a right, and then so you had the Association. Okay. Then you had they had Kohl's. And then inside Kohl's you had the Varnish. Okay. You had Mignon. So you have these bars and restaurants where people go and mingle with people, get to out of towners.
Happy
hour. But that place stays open till 2 a.m. So that means that and the thing is that the security guards. So my main job was at the 610 Pacific Electric Loft building. Okay. But I would go and give breaks at any time of the day whenever I was working there, to relieve somebody, to go cover for somebody. And that's what my interaction with the Cecil Hotel further in life than when I first started working there. Okay. So we had the 620, we had the Cecil Hotel, we had the 2 art galleries. Okay. And then we had the 610 has that what you call valet parking right in the front, which is huge and open. So we would have a bunch of guards just walking around doing their stuff. So that's another thing that the Cecil Hotel could promote to anybody that will move in there. We have security on the whole block. Oh, okay. You could go down the corner, and then what you call if you feel, if you don't feel safe, you can have one of the guards escort you home, or escort you to the building or front of the hotel. That's another thing that we did a lot, because all the tenants that lived in that building, they would party in the building, and outside of the building, at the Varnish, at the Association. These were like what you would call like hot spots, man. You would have celebrities that would show up there, man. Okay. You have a little bit of everything, like people that have money, people that rent the place out and only will have it for like their people. Okay. I will go to the after parties. I get off at 2, going through the back door, have a couple of drinks with the guys, and then take off to the front. And I will be off on my way home. That's when I used to live in downtown. So downtown is a place that anything can happen to you now, man. Anything can happen to you. And then now you have people which you call, they are piecing up with their friends. 2 or 3 guys. Mm-hmm. They're buying a building. And then they're doing their own thing. What they do is they do the secure, parking lot with a fob key, keyboard in the front. We have to put in a code to get in. And they'll have a whole floor to themselves. These guys are artists, I saw that. That's when they move closer into Skid Row. Like right now, there's a place that's right in front of the police station, right across the street from what you would call the church on Skid Row. Next to you have that little park, where everybody's at. Okay. They bought that building, man. and they actually let the guy that has the store. They let him what you call stay there. You know, they just told him that he has to upgrade on stuff. You know, but it's a 4-floor unit, and you got people that invested in it, so they have a whole floor to themselves. So that's what you have downtown. Like a friend of mine would tell me, man, what time is it? 2 o'clock. I gotta get to what you would call Fifth in Los Angeles.
What's the Fifth? What's that Fifth in Los Angeles? What's there?
That's what you would call it. Was the back entrance of the building.
Okay.
So you know, some people have to go to Fifth and San Pedro, and you have random people just walking the streets at 1, 3 in the morning. So that's like a bad mixture right there, man.
That's a real bad mixture.
Yeah.
So it gives you a false sense of security.
But they're promoting that like it. But the streets that are safe are Spring Street. That's
Spring.
From 7th. What you would call like to 5th Street. No, like to 4th Street. That's the most secure street to party on.
Spring Street.
Downtown LA.
Okay.
Where's that Exchange LA and all that stuff?
Yeah. All that area.
Why there? Why?
Because you have like residential areas. People live there. So
there's always people. There's always an eye out.
There's a security company that will run the block.
Oh, security company.
You know, like the company that I was working for was Chase Security. You know,
Chase. Yeah.
And they actually have. So they had the Cecil Hotel all the way to 6th Street. They had that whole building, 3 buildings, right? Plus restaurant and bars. And then once you get to 4th, they have Peace Cafe, the parking lot right in front. They have the Rowan Hotel, the El Dorado. So it's like these companies provide security for the block. So they kind of form a relationship with the security guards, you know. Okay. Sometimes, you know, security guards end up, you know, what you call hooking up with them because of the safety they bring to them, you know, like they take away that fear from them.
And that's what happened with you in the Cecil Hotel, right? You were working on that block, giving breaks to security guards who were working there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very okay.
And then that's when, you know, you get there and you say,